Hi everybody, I'm Barbara and we're going to be working on love notes today, and I'm going to make a few tweaks to the actual cutting guide and design that we got from Close to My Heart. Hope you like it. Okay, first up, I'm taking the white cardstock that we have cut, and I am going to do some dry embossing. I've got a scoreboard here, but you can also do this with your trimmer, the groove in your trimmer, and an embossing tool, or a dull knife, or a bone folder. Any of those will work. So I'm doing lines about 1/2 inch apart. And I'm going to keep them horizontal when I put them on the page, because that's going to help me in lining up all the strips of paper that need to be lined up for this page. So we have our paper all embossed, but I thought it would need just a little bit more because I feel like this is a lot of white paper on this. So I squirted out a little bit of my ballerina shimmer brush onto some paper just to give me a little puddle to kind of dip into, and then put little dots all over this page, and I think that's just going to add a lot. Let's move on to some stamping. You've already cut the die cuts for these two cute little teddy bears. I'm using archival black, but you can use intense black. Intense black is more for when you're going to color it in. So I really like archival best because it's very black, very sharp. And I'm going to stamp both of the teddy bears for this. You want to make sure you let the ink sink in, so you can see I wait kind of a second there to let it in. And then you have two pink polka dot squares. We're going to stamp those bears again because we're going to do a little bit of fussy cutting, little paper piecing by stamping those. And we want to cut it. So we're going to cut the insides of the bear's feet. You want to go inside of the black stamped line that you did, his tummy, and his paws. Just that's a tiny piece to cut, so be careful with that. And then his ears. Get all of those cut, and we're going to glue those on both. Now that you have those pieces cut, it's easiest to put the glue actually on the little spaces there, so that you can add them in. It's kind of hard to put the glue on the little pieces, so just put them right in the spaces where you want to put them, and use whatever, tweezers and scissors to stick those in there and move them where you want them. I try to match them up with the lines that are already on there. So for the toes and the paws and stuff, I just try to make sure they're matching the already stamped lines, and they're going to look awesome when you do this. So, yep, just like that. Easy peasy. And we're going to be adding a heart in a bit. It's only the paws that are the tiny ones that are that are really for a little bit harder to do. See how cute this is going to be? Adds so much dimension. I love it. Now I wanted to stop for a minute here because I wanted to tell you that if you do not have Valentine pictures, this layout will work just fine for a baby. If you take off the teddy bears, you can use it just for anything that depicts love. And all you have to do really is just to turn over that Valentine paper that's on the layout, because that's the main Valentine-y thing, and then just readjust whatever stickers you want to use or add your own titles. So don't think just because it's Valentine paper that you have to have it for Valentine's. Let's put this all together now. You're going to take your white cardstock that you dry embossed, and we're going to put the lines horizontally onto the toffee paper here, and just center it. And I think it's about 1/4 inch away from each side there. And I'm not going to do as many of the sizes as I normally do, as not sizes, but measurements from bottom to top and all of that, because those measurements are already laid down for you. What I am doing right now is putting some peach ink on the upper left of this page. I started to do the lower right, but I remember that's for the next page. So this is for the left-hand page of this layout first. So just a little bit of peach just to kind of fill in that space. We are going to switch that space up a little bit by the end of this video here. So you'll see that I'm changing just a bit of the layout because I didn't like the way it looked. Now, almost all of these strips of paper and blocks of paper are going to go right to the edge of the toffee paper. So all the way over, flush with the edge. And just use the measurements that are in your directions to see how high up they're going to go. But we're going to start with this cardstock. Well, I think that's scarlet, maybe. Let me see. Yes, scarlet cardstock. We don't use that color a lot in our Close to My Heart layout, so this is going to be fun to use that today. But as long as you are using the right-hand side to help keep it straight, and then utilizing those dry emboss lines to help keep it straight, you shouldn't have to worry too much. I just use the measurements and the ruler just to see how high it's going to go. But everything else should line up nice and straight for you if you follow the dry emboss lines and the right-hand side of the paper here, or the whole layout. Now, remember that with our paper, all the paper, pattern paper has a different side to it. So if you don't like the hearts or whatever, you want to make it a little less Valentine-y, you know, look and see what's on the other side. Let me see. On that side, stripes, see? Stripes would be fine for any kind of layout. And then you've got, coming up pretty soon too, is that pretty floral. But matter of fact, it's on the back side of this one. So if you don't want this page to look Valentine, flip this over, because see, there you go. That gorgeous floral, which I think is the prettiest paper in this whole pack. And I would just love to make cards with it. Because that, to me, that is paper perfect for making cards there. But next, I think we're going to go with the pink polka dot paper. And again, all of these are going to kind of lay against, all the horizontal ones, I should say, are going to lay against that right-hand side. And check your measurements for that. And I just decided I'm not going to tell you everywhere to, you know, it's a little redundant for me to tell you, yeah, put this 2.5 inches up when it's, you know, already on your paper. So I'm going to not do that quite as much anymore. Now look at how this looks. See, this is the key to good scrapbooking and good card making is layers. And I think it's the thing that people miss out on the most when they get started. They are not layering enough papers onto their page or onto their card, and it makes all the difference. If you've got a lot of white space, that just doesn't look right, you know. And why not use all these beautiful pattern papers that you have here? All these gorgeous colors. We have 40 different colors of cardstock and stuff. Might as well put them down, fill that page up. And then I'll show you when we do the photos how I make those pop out from there. But this would also be a cool layout to use some black on too. So that's another thing you can consider. Now this zip strip, I didn't pay very good attention, but it is supposed to go directly under that basically left edge of the hearts there. So go ahead and put it there. Now we're going to do the photos, and these photos were given to me by one of my friends, Carolyn Waltz, and I had all of my VIPs send in photos for these layouts because I didn't have any Valentine's ones, and it's not quite Valentine's when I'm making this, so I asked them if they wouldn't mind sending me some photos, and then they get the layout for free. So Carolyn, you're going to get this layout, and she gave me 6 photos, so I had to try to figure out how I was going to make that work on a layout that's meant for, actually it was originally meant for 4 because they were all supposed to be 4x6s, and I turned it into 6 4x3s instead. But that gave me some room for a journaling block on this side, and then on the other side you'll see that I'm going to just move some of my embellishments over to cover up some of the space. So I decided, because this is my favorite thing to use, is these little journaling strips instead of actually having to write on the background and possibly making a mistake, right? With the journaling strips, if I make a mistake, I can just pull one up, or I can do all my journaling ahead of time on the, while it's still on the carrier sheet. But what I did was I went ahead and cut the journaling strips so that they would fit in this section next to this cute little baby. And and I put them, zigzaggy, so that adds movement to the page, and that just makes it so much simpler to use. So once I had those, it was just a matter of now popping up these photos. So I'm going to use a lot of foam tape. I first thought, oh, maybe I should mat this whole thing together, all three of these photos plus a journaling block, and put them on, as I said, some black or something like that. But I decided, since I'm going to pop them up, I'm just going to squish them together a little bit like that, and kind of make it one big section of photos. And I think that will look okay and not too busy. But if you think it looks busy to you with your photos, add a either white mat around all the photos, or a black one would be really cool. But if you use black, you're going to have to use black somewhere else on the page too, because you can't just put a spot of black there. So anyway, I finally decided I was going to go ahead and put a bunch of tape on here, and this is going to take a minute, so I will speed that up for you. Actually, even speed it up, it's not that entertaining, so I'm going to just stop the recording here, and then you will see that it's all done. So that is a lot of strips of tape, and I do use it so that it doesn't sink down in the middle from the pressure from the page protector and from people looking through your books, that kind of thing. So I don't want it to like suddenly dip down in the middle. So I do use a lot, but that's why I'm a consultant. So I can get this at a discount. So I am going to put this on here, and I actually think I just lined it up with the bottom of the pink polka dot paper, and then put the next one right above it with like maybe I don't know, a 1/16 of an inch between them. But you could really let these two mats touch if you want to. I just put the slightest little bit of space in between them, and but because you pop it up, it stands off of the layout a little bit better, and kind of helps with that busyness from the paper behind it. And now for the little teddy bear, which really turned out cute. I'm putting some of the foam tape on the left-hand side. You see I messed up and put it on the right-hand side, so I'll be switching that in a minute. And then I put some right next to where I wanted to set that, and so that everything would be kind of even. And laid that down a little bit, and now because it's popped up over the journaling block there, which is already popped up, the right-hand side didn't need pop tape, right? So it's just kind of popped up on the left-hand side and lays down flat there. And then again, grabbing one of those little hearts to put on his belly, and that just makes him totally adorable. So now it all comes down to a little bit of decorating, and you're going to grab 3 of the kind of small hearts, not super, super small, but kind of small hearts. And I did 3 different colors, and that's just going to go in that section above the red hearts paper and next to the cardstock, and just kind of do it evenly spaced there. And I think we're going to grab that big XOXO again. If you don't want to do a Valentine thing, you can always choose a different sticker, because there's a lot of them on this that would work. There's one that says flowers that's actually used on the 3rd layout, but I won't be using it because I'm not doing pictures of flowers. But that would be another option for you. Or you could always make your own title up separately. So I am popping this up because it's going to be leaning over that whole photo mat, and the photo mat is popped up, so you need to pop this up. So all I needed to do was put pop tape on the left-hand side of this to make it all nice and even. And then what do we have? We've got these. Now these were meant to look like a banner, but honestly, I didn't like the look at all because they were, just two pieces of a banner. That doesn't look good. Now, I'm not even sure if mine is perfect there. You could maybe do something different, but that was what I went with. That's it for page 1. Let's go on to page 2 and see what we can do with that. The wonderful thing about putting together page 1 and having it finished is that page 2 goes together so much faster because you know what to do, right? So first we're going to go ahead and put that white cardstock on and just center it. Now, once I realize which side of the which layout needs to be on the left-hand side, yes, just right there. All you have to do is match up now. So you're going to have the same kind of layout for page 2 just over on the left-hand corner or left-hand side instead. So all I did was line up these two layouts together and then started with that scarlet cardstock right all the way to the edge of the layout, put it down, make sure I use my dry emboss lines and the edge of the layout to keep my everything straight. And then you're just going to do the same thing with all the parts on here. Line it up against layout number 1. And there's 2 reasons you want to do it. For one, it makes it easier. And the second thing is that now it's going to match when you put these 2 pages next to each other in your album. You do want them to match because it does, it doesn't look great when they don't match if they're supposed to, right? So continue to put all your different pieces down. And while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you about page 2, layout 2, that you'll see also on my YouTube page is going to be really changed up because I just did not like the option that Close to My Heart gave us, the cutting directions in the design of page 2. I just felt it was a little no movement is the best way I'm going to put it because I appreciate the designers doing what they're supposed to do and everything, but just not for me. Now, here's one of the things I did forget to put my peach ink on the lower right and the upper right. And you're going to see me now make a mistake and start to put it on the upper, but nope, it's upper right, not upper left. So you might want to do that ahead of time if you haven't already, if you're not actually scrapbooking with me, which I don't think you are because this goes really fast, right? So that's actually, you want to go ahead and do all of that inking when you very first start, ink both pages before you even get started. So this is going to go about a 1/2 inch away from the left-hand side, and you could flip it over if you want to and make it match the first page. I like her idea of switching it up a little bit, just add some variety to the page. You don't want things to be too matchy. So this is going, I believe, just a half, what is that, 3/4 of an inch in, I believe. And just to match the first page. Now, I think we're nearly done with that first page. I'm not sure here. I think I'm going to match it up again to make sure that the photo mat's gone. So again, I'm doing this. Now you're going to see that I accidentally put the photo on the wrong side of the page. And on the wrong side of the mat, and I'm going to move that in a minute, but I wanted to stop for a second, get all my foam tape on so you don't have to watch that boring part. And then I'm going to line these up, and these, we're about these, 1/2 inch in? No, I can't remember, but whatever it was on the first page. So you just look at that, and I just matched them up with the other side, so they would be equal to that. For this particular layout, it works really well because of the way she has designed it. It does have a lot of movement to it. And the little decorations and stuff also kind of make your eye go across the page. So I did flip that photo back over to the other side, and now I'm going to cover up where I had to rip it off. I got this one sticker is going to go up towards the top there. And what else do we got there? Oh, yeah, that adorable little teddy bear. So he's so cute. We want to make him stand out. So put your pop tape, your foam tape, whatever you want to call it, pop dots. I call it so many different things. And stick that up there right up against that photo. And they should pretty much be on the same level there. And then we've got the 3 hearts again. Remember how we did those the first time? And I just picked different colors this time, kind of, to mix it up. Again, you want a little variety on your page. So let me see what else I'm doing here. I think we got some stickers. Yep, some more stickers. Okay, so these, again, were supposed to look like a banner. I didn't like that. So instead, I'm going to just layer them over because now I'm going to cover up because I only had 6 pictures, and this was meant to have 4 4x6s. So I'm going to fill up that space with the 2 little banner pieces, but I'm not making a banner in a curved way. And then putting the foam tape on the right-hand side of this Be Mine piece so that it lays, I can never get it right, lays over the already popped up photos there. And then we're going to pop up the cute little teddy bear. And I'll tell you something I did do to these teddy bears after I made the videos. I took some Onyx Pearl, liquid pearls, and did a little dots on their eyes, on the teddy bear's eyes, just to make those stand out a little bit more. But you don't have to if you don't have that. But that'd be really cute. Or you could use some shimmer brush, even clear shimmer brush or a black shimmer brush. Or you could put little enamel dots for his eyes. Any of that would work really well. We're going to get this baby on here. And really, just a heart on his belly, I think. We're almost done here. And this turned out so cute, and I sure hope Carolyn likes it, because it's going to be off in the mail to her. Yeah, didn't that turn out cute?